take away music, poetry, theater, books, all those institutions, we are really despoiling history of just about everything. And we cannot really think that we can develop a civilization by just watching each other, smiling to each other, talking to each other. We need something far more powerful than that.
I agree.
I think very like that. I really think that we need a neo-nature, which is the new instrument that is able to connect ourselves with nature and ourselves with ourselves, which is the city. The city is the larger and most comprehensive instrument for man to become social and cultural and spiritual and fitting. If you take the city away and you see only man as the natural Adam's and Eve specimen, I think we are really going back, and we cannot stop there. We have to keep going back until we are faced again with the ecology of pure fire and stone. Why is that kind of topography? It's not this kind of topography. For the same reason why you're not flat but you're three-dimensional. The same identical necessity of moving matter and information quickly, swiftly, efficiently, timely, in a right measure. The number of options is really the critical element in any kind of cooperative effort. First of all, we are a cooperative effort by definition. We are a cooperative effort biologically through the occupation of each little part of ourselves with the whole of ourselves. And we are cooperative efforts in the sense that we are a civilization or a tribal structure or a culture or a town or not what. So cooperation is the stuff of life. Take cooperation away with it and you are dead automatically. And it's instantaneous. As soon as the cells in my body quit to cooperate, I'm dead. That's where the fluidity of the community has to come from. And this is very difficult to achieve. But it can be only achieved where the structure is a good plumbing for the social interaction. And this good plumbing has to be achieved by physical means. It cannot be achieved by abstraction, by talking, by theorizing and so on. It's really the reduction of the distances between different kinds of events to such a degree that those events can be optional at any moment of the day and night. So if I have half an hour separating myself from my friend, chances are I'm going to slow down my interaction with my friend. If this happens for any other kind of cooperative action, going to the movie, meeting with this corporation for some reason, do my work, anything like that. If all those gaps are between me and those cooperative efforts, I'm slowly going to isolate myself, and I'm going to segregate myself environmentally, because this is going to segregate myself culturally, physically, mentally, socially, ethnically, and so on. Because you know that no matter where the event is going to happen, you and anybody else can reach the place, the event itself.
But even the flat you're living in, if you lived next to somebody you had something in common with for some time at least, would that be possible to create such an environment still?
I think the communal living is something that I might desire, you might desire, but my neighbor might not desire. So I think privacy is absolutely essential. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, but if you are living in a flat, you have to walk over there and so on to come together to do photos or whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
Would that be possible to change it and still, without though that you create small clubs or?
City dwelling is your neighbor because they are so close to you, makes almost indifferent where you are. If you are here and you know that in 5 minutes you can reach your friend, which is the furthest away person in the building, then you don't have to live separated by a wall. You can be separated by the city, but the city is only a few hundred feet or a few thousand feet. We began with a certain amount of of mind stuff, we are ending with much more mind stuff. So we have transformed more matter into more spirit. And this comes through, I think, the learning process, the interaction process, and the ability of the environment to favor and to allow for those interactions. Then there is the aesthetic aspect of the whole thing, which I tend to shy away from because it becomes a little, I think it's the center part. I really think that at the end we are part of an aesthetogenesis of the universe with the what you might call Eastern grasp of things. I really think that we are creators. If we are creators, we cannot go back. We are only going forward. If anything, we can die, and by dying we go back. That's why I identify entropy with pollution, because anything which is against the spirit is entropic. So everything which is entropic is polluting. But I really think that what we are doing is to create something which does not exist. You might have the Big Bang, which is the explosion into the next universe. I have a diagram there showing, comparing, let's say, a person to a city, and what I'm saying that a person is a certain biological structure with one guiding center, which is the brain that can host the mind. And for most of our acts, it's not so much to do my own thing, but to choose what I'm going to use to be myself.